Hey everyone, welcome back to Coaching Journey's Lives. So glad you can join us this week. Now, today I'm going to bring us through an exploration into our mentor coaching success journey. Many of our clients and many of our audience here have watched us and follow us on Coaching Journey's Lives channel for some time now. And today I want to invite you into a little episode into what we call a mentor coaching success, where we take coaches who are going through the credentialing process, whether it's ACC, PCC, MCC, or beyond, to really refine the skill sets to become a better coach. Now, you may be starting your coaching journey. Maybe you've attended a particular program, or maybe you're a leader. You just want to learn some new skills, or maybe you're a conversationalist, maybe you're a public speaker, or a business owner, or maybe a student or parent. Now, this episode will also work for you because there's a lot of sharings here that will really help enrich what you do and how you're doing what you do. Okay, so our very first part here, I'm going to break down for us what we call evoking of awareness. Now, this follows on with our previous episode series on this same channel, and today we're going to look at 7.5, and that is on coach shares without a sense of attachment. If you watch our last video, we talk about that, about the sense of no attachment. So in this video, I'm going to share with you a particular coach technique, a very, very powerful technique. So you don't want to miss that out. So watch those videos in sequence. I think I will indicate somewhere in the description box above or below, somewhere there, to let you know to watch which sequence, right? So the very first one, you want to kind of watch the demystification of evoking of awareness, then watch the no attachment, and watch our previous episode on the coach toolkit on shared exploration. Because today, I'm going to share with you a second coach toolkit. And this toolkit is also an extract from our OMG book known as Coaching is Conversation Mastery. Really, very excited. It's still in the process. I hope to really get it out by the end of this year or sometime next year as well. Why? Because this book is going to drastically change lives. And I really promise you there's so much exciting stuff on the inside of them. Now, if you have never experienced coaching before and you say, Jedi, I really wanted to be able to experience what a coaching really is, life coaching really is. Can I engage you? Oh, feel free, right? Just drop me a message, drop me an email here at jedi@coachingjourneyslives.com, and I'll be sure to get in touch with you. Okay, so let's dive into today's episode, and I'm going to talk with us on this very important competency and the sub-competency, or sometimes I call this behavior markers 7.5, where the coach shares with no attachment, observations, intuitions, comments, thoughts, or feelings, and invites the client's exploration through verbal or tonal invitation. And the co-creative toolkit that we can share with all of us, it's AGILE, the AGILE co-creative conversations. Now, this is different from the AGILE that you've learned before outside, Scrum's AGILE. This AGILE, it's the agility of the coach in the conversation flow. So AGILE. First, A, asking for permission to share. Very, very important. If we do not ask for permission to share, then we're just sharing without permission. It's just like imposing a thought. So the way to share permission, the way to ask permission is you can ask something like this. I have an observation. May I share it? May I offer a different perspective? Asking. Number 2, giving. Giving space for the client to reject. Well, Mr. Client, I'm not too sure if this is making any sense. Do push back if this doesn't make sense. Do push back if this doesn't make sense. So giving a space to kind of like allow the client to push back. Number 3, invitation to explore and hold space. Mr. Client, what are your thoughts around this? What is coming clearer for you? What's becoming clearer for you? What insights do you have with regard to this? Invitation. Number 4, let go of fixative aspects and embrace entirety of the client. So we need to let go of ourselves being too fixated on trying to get the right answer right, or trying to get this right answer wrong or something else, right? We need to let go of that and embrace the entirety of the client. And number 5, exploring with curiosity to learn more collaboratively. So 5 key areas: AGILE, AGILE co-creative conversations. A, asking. Asking for permission is going to be key. Too often, many coaches, they just share their thoughts without getting the client's approval to share the thoughts. Now, why is this important? Now, think about this like that. If we enter a theater, like a hospital theater room where the doctors is beginning the surgery process, that room becomes a sterile room. No foreign bacteria or object should come into the room to kind of disrupt that sterileness of the room. And it's very important as well as coaches that there's a sterile room that's happening in that moment of conversation. Your clients are sharing something very vulnerable. The clients are sharing their space, Any foreign object, which is my ideas and my thoughts, it's a foreign intrusion into the client's world. Then, in the exploration process, the ideas and thoughts are no longer the client's. It's heavily influenced by me. I want the client to be independent. I want the client to be able to have that awareness from within, rather than from without, or from the coach perspective. I want awareness not to be forced upon the client. I want awareness to come naturally from within the client. When that happens, actioning follows after very effectively. When awareness comes from within, actioning follows very naturally. There isn't a need to force. It just comes out very, very naturally. Okay, so that's very important. Asking for permission. Next, it's giving space. Sometimes I say giving space for the client to reject, because sometimes coaches are very hesitant. If I share my observations, sometimes the coach are worried, oh, am I right, am I wrong? It doesn't matter. If you have this thought of am I right, am I wrong, then fundamentally you've allowed those thoughts to kind of fester in and kind of like mar your ideas and concepts of what coaching really is. Throw that away, right? Forget about that. Focus on what is very, very important. So now, number 3, which is invitation. Invitation to explore and holding the space. That's very important. Once we've allowed the client there, we want to invite the client on this journey, to really invite them. That's when you use the shared exploration technique that we talked about earlier. Invite the client, engage the client, and then hold the space for the client to fully explore. And now, very important, sometimes coaches, when they hear something, they want to come in. When they hear some insight, they want to come in because they think that the clients are not answering them to their own perspective. Now, when I share something, when I invite a client, I'm not expecting a particular answer. No. If I'm expecting a particular answer, then I'm holding an attachment. I'm not really listening to the client. I'm being present with myself and not with the client. Number 4, let go of being fixated. Sometimes as a coach, when we're listening to the stories of clients, we're so fixated on one part, on the other part, the other process, and we're never quite there with the client. We're never quite really tuning in to what the client is really saying, right? Because we're so fixated on this component or that component of the speech, but we're never quite really hearing what the client is truly saying. So let go of that, listen to the totality of the client, and then number 5, exploring with curiosity to learn more and in the more collaborative manner. Exploring with curiosity, that's going to be key. As we explore the client's world, there are worlds within worlds. I'm not trying to impose my world on the client, no. When I'm sharing, I'm seeing a different perspective of their world. I'm being curious about how the dimensionalities of the worlds are like. And then I explore further. I stretch the boundaries of their own worldview with their permission, and then allow them to consider how all these things connect towards the outcome and towards intention. So there you have asking for permission to share, giving space, invitation to explore and holding space, let go of the fixated mindset and the entirety of the client, and exploring with curiosity. Agile co-creative conversations. This is a powerful concept. Many coaches, struggle up to this point to try to really separate themselves from the conversation and to create a co-creative space. And people often ask me, say, Jedi, what is the hallmark of a co-creative conversation? The hallmark is this, where the coach is no longer center place, the client is the center place, and we're able to have this co-creative conversation. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and share with me more what are your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to engage with you in our upcoming sessions. Until next time, this is Jedi here at Coaching Changes Lives. I'll see you very soon.